be a long period of time. Zrust with the first of 2 foul shots, and Jordan Zrust will connect. Zrust with 3, and it's 8-4. The Comets with a 4-point lead, looking to extend it to 5. Zrust, the lefty, back at the foul line. That second one will fall as well. Jordan Zrust now has 4. Good start for the line, from the line for the Comets at 5 of 7. Here in the opening quarter, there are only 3 field goals on the board between the two teams. A drive by Aisha Scott for the Bruins with her back to the basket into the paint. Turns it back out to the top of the key. Ashton Arnold, now near side. Malaya Turner comes off to the left elbow, looking, and the ball got stripped away by Aaron Walker from behind. Walker's return forces the turnovers. Rust had a dribble get high in the back court. It's knocked away by Aisha Scott once again, but the loose ball works away to Kayla Rockel. Hughes kicking out left side. Walker for 3, left corner, hits it. Taking some contact down the end of it on the box out, but Aaron Walker knocks down the 3. First triple tonight for the Comets. They lead by 8, a score of 12-4. Ball to the left corner for Delaney Van Blaricone. It works down low and a kick out to the top of the key. That one taken by Ashton Arnold. Arnold back to Van Blaricone. A drive to the basket. Little push off. Missed the shot. Rebound deflected back out to the perimeter. Aisha Scott got it. Kicks out near side. Ashton Arnold for 3. Will not draw iron. Rebound is saved, but not quite out of bounds. It'll go out of bounds on the far sideline, and the ball goes back to the Comets. A few minutes in that sequence for Bellevue's Amina Hall, a 5'10 freshman out of Denton, Texas. Those were her first minutes tonight. 12-4 your score. The Comets with an 8-point lead. Mackenzie Hughes brings the ball up for Mayville State. Harung is back in the game and will take the handoff from Hughes. Harung driving right, defended well by Turner, goes to the scoop layup, missed it strong. Laura Jurek has the rebound for the Bruins. She'll play it out to Aisha Scott. Correction, this is Scott now with the basketball, taking it from Malaya Turner. Jurek, top of the key, Van Blaricone. Ashton Arnold working right side. A stop on the elbow, kicking back towards the top of the key, found Scott. Driving left side, now pulls up right in front of the rim. Good take to the basket by Aisha Scott. She has her first field goal. Lead is trimmed to 6 at 12-6, 7 minutes into the opening quarter, and Mackenzie Hughes will be fouled by Malaya Turner, trying to defend her on the way up the floor. That's the 5th on Malaya Turner. This is going to put Mackenzie Hughes on the foul line. The Comets struggled a little bit from the foul line last weekend. We'll see Malaya Turner stepping out. The return of Taya Pankey for Bellevue. She comes in. Will take a spot on the lane as Mackenzie Hughes looking for her first points of the weekend for the Comets. Opener, no good, off the front of the rim. Now 5 of 8 for the Comets from the line. Again, 3 field goals here in the opening quarter for Mayville State, 2 for Bellevue. It played 7 minutes. We have a total of 5 field goals. Second for Hughes is good. Mackenzie Hughes first point, and it's 13-6. The Comet lead stretches back to 7. Taya Pankey into the front court for Bellevue, working left side, goes to the high post for Laura Jurek. Jurek will turn, face up with the basket, then plays to Aisha Scott. Back out to Van Blaricone on the top of the key. Backdoor cut. Ashton Arnold got loose of Pesa and scores. Ashton Arnold, little backdoor cut, got loose of Emma Pace on the baseline. Good feed to get it to her. She finishes the layup. Lead trimmed to 5 at 13-8. Aaron Walker looking left side. Got it into the corner for Kylie Harung. Good take to the basket for Harung. Missed it flat. Van Blaricone has the rebound. Plays it back out into a 3-on-1 for the Bruins. Scott, no look near side. Arnold back to Van Blaricone. A trailer hits from 13 feet on the run. Delaney Van Blaricone has her first 2, and a Comet lead that was 8 has been reduced to 3 at 13-10. Hughes left side with 2:11 to play in the opening quarter. Steps out, works back to Aaron Walker on the top of the key. Zrust rotating back on top now as well. Back to Hughes. She'll pull up for 3, catch and shoot. Looking for the bank board, ends up missing it. Ashton Arnold the rebound. Loose ball to Taya Pankey. Hughes trying to knock one away in the full court defense. It's ripped down by Scott. She's pressured. Back to Pankey. Arnold, wide open 3 from the left wing. Tie game. Ashton Arnold steps into a 3-point shot, has 5, and Mayville State will call for a timeout as we have 1:47 left of the opening quarter. All even at a baker's dozen, 13 apiece. Timeout taken by Mayville State. This is Comet basketball on the Franson Bank and Trust New Vision Truck Accessory Sports Network from Rock 95. Comets with the basketball. It's tied at 13, a 12-4 lead for Mayville State that's been erased on a 9-1-1. Walker with a shot for three that won't fall. Rebound to the foul line for Taya Pankey. She sends it up into the front court. Miranda Hennings returns off the dead ball. Jurek looking left side. Aisha Scott drives in, misses on a try. Pesa deflecting the rebound, and Jordan's Rust will bring it down for Mayville State. A minute 20 left to go, opening quarter. Rust driving left side, kick out. CJ Decker on the top of the key. Decker working back to Erin Walker on the left wing. Walker rotating back towards the right. Will hand it off to Harung. She found an opening, drives in, righty layup, rings around, and a whistle and a foul. They're going to get Harung on the back of Alexis Martinez. Harung reaching over the back of Martinez, got onto the back. That's the fourth against the Comets. Their final foul to give her the opening quarter. And another chance for the Bruins to take their first lead of the night. Brooke Gumber will return. This will be a very interesting sequence for Gumber. She has to be careful. 2 fouls here in the opening quarter, and they really only have 2 posts that they played tonight. Gumber and Pesa have the Comets. Martinez taking post entry on the left elbow. Working right side, a step back, looking down towards the corner. A retreat back to the top of the key. Taya Pankey to Miranda Hennings off the left wing. Back to Pankey, shot clock approaching 10 seconds. Pankey crossover on Decker, working left side, dishes off Martinez from 16 feet, left it short, and a rebound foul. They're going to get, I believe, Miranda Hennings on the back of Kylie Harung. And this is going to put Harung on the foul line for the Comets, as she'll shoot penalty. That'll be the 6th team foul already here in the opening quarter against Bellevue. Both teams will hit the penalty here in the opening quarter. You go back to last Friday night's game, neither of them hit the penalty in the entire game. First foul shot will not fall for Kylie Harung. Go back to that date with Dickinson State last Friday in the women's matchup. Neither team ever got to the penalty in the entire matchup till the end. I think Dickinson State might have fouled for a couple of possessions. Harung comes up empty from the foul line as well, and I believe the Comets have now missed 4 of their last 5 foul shots, still 13 apiece. Ball right side, Hennings driving in, turns it back to the perimeter for Pankey, who will step back out between the rings. 16 to shoot, 26 to play in the opening quarter. Pankey out by the circle, looking for a screen for Martinez, gets it, drives left off the dribble, pulls up with a jump shot, missing off the backboard. Erin Walker comes up with a rebound and a little bit of a push. Leads it up the floor for CJ Decker. Behind the back dribble, kick left corner. Jordan's Rust open for 3, strong. Rebound to Harung in the paint with 5 to go. Shot blocked and a turnaround. Loose ball to Pankey on the rebound. She'll hit from the foul, actually from the half line rather, and comes up empty off the top of the iron. We've played a quarter of basketball, and the Bruins will end the quarter on a 9-1 run and push a 12-4 deficit away. It's now 13-13 on the Hugo's Low scoreboard at the end of an opening quarter of basketball here at the Louis Lee Fieldhouse. We have a timeout that we'll take here at the Louis Lee. Come back with second quarter action next. This is Comet Basketball on the Franson Bank and Trust New Vision Truck Accessory Sports Network from Rock 95. Thank you. Second quarter of tonight's matchup in women's basketball. Mayville State, Bellevue tied at 13 apiece. Bruins with the basketball moving from right to left to start the second. Comets led 12-4. Bellevue tied it on a 9-1 run that ended the opening half. A drive and a pull-up off the glass that's too strong for an original starter, Faith Ross for Bellevue, who had her minutes limited to 2 early fouls. Comets in the front court. Erin Walker looking backdoor. CJ Decker underneath. Plays out to the corner. Harung's open for 3. That's no good. And again, everything's cold for Mayville State right now. First quarter numbers Comets were 1 of 4 from beyond the arc, 5 of 18 from the field. Correction, they were 1 of 5 from beyond the arc, 3 of 16 from the field, 6 of 11 from the foul line. Not exactly what you expect when you're at home, but again, some injury issues causing some players to play different roles right now. Decker, left side for 3, that's an air ball, and the rebound to Laura Jurek on the weak side for the Bruins. So Jurek in the front court, and again, Bellevue still looking to take their first lead as the Comets have kind of left them in the game. Martinez driving against Pesa, steps back, tries to finish out the top of the bankboard and missing. Loose ball comes down underneath for Pesa, and here come the Comets back in the front court. Decker handing off to Zrust into the corner, Emma Pesa. Pesa driving against Martinez, tries to back her way in, a stop, tripped up, kicks back to Decker on the foul line as she got tripped to the floor. Back to Zrust on the right side. Pesa on top, Harung, left wing. Harung coming out towards the top, awkward pivot, found Walker on the left side. Back to Decker, down the baseline, Decker to the glass, will finish. First 2 for CJ Decker, point guard, finding her way into the lane to score. Lead goes back to Mayville State at 15-13. Martinez to the left corner for Hennings. Hennings a stop for Bellevue, works out to Laura Jurek. Taya Pankey on the top of the key. She'll work back towards the near side. Miranda Hennings with her hands on the basketball against Harung. Into the corner for Martinez, and the shot clock's at 10. Martinez coming into the lane, a step back on the right elbow from 17 in the mid-range, missed it, and Harung has the rebound for the Comets. Comets look to go up by 2 possessions again. Walker left side, hard take to the rack, missing off the glass. Good looking chance. Decker comes away with an offensive rebound strip and a foul coming up. Looks to be going against the Bruins. Ball will stay with the Comets. It'll go against Alexis Martinez. Number 1 on Martinez in the first of the second quarter against Bellevue. And Martinez will get a breather as we'll see Ashton Arnold back into the game for her second shift of the day. Inbounds from CJ Decker. Harung back to Decker out of the right corner. Decker calling out a number, working back towards the top of the key on a lefty dribble. Flexes back to the right corner for Zrust. Backing in, stopping the lane, pulling up, leaving short, ball out of bounds, and it's back to the Bruins. Bellevue back into zone on that trip. Brooke Gumber will return for the Comets in the post to replace Emma Pesa, who is just gassed, and you can see it. Emma Pesa having to play a lot of minutes with the absence of Danica Vogelai. Mayville State is rich at the guard spot, but they are thin when it comes down to the post, and with Vogelai on the shelf, and we watched her walking around before the game, she's not going to play this weekend the way that she was moving around. Ashton Arnold in the post, a kick out. Laura Jurek back to the top, Hennings 3, good, and the lead will go to Bellevue. Miranda Hennings with her first scoring of the day, a 3-point shot. The first scoring of the quarter for Bellevue. That'll make it 16-15 in favor of the Bruins. Ball left side, CJ Decker out to Mackenzie Hughes on the wing. A stop, Gumber in the corner, now Zrust. Rust was up away from pressure, got to the foul line, backs her way in, turns it back out. Ball taken there by Kylie Harung. Decker with 5 on the shot clock, drives in, kicks out. Zrust set shot 3, hits it, she put her hand up. That was a nice look by Jordan Zrust. She felt good about the shot, put her left hand up after taking the shot, indicated 3, and that was before it went in. She felt like she got it, she did. Lead back to Mayville State. Arnold, right block, turnaround follow away on Gumber, missed it. Gumber the rebound after Decker's deflection. Comets back into the front court, leading by 2. Decker, top of the key, looking for a screen from Gumber. A stop on the elbow to Mackenzie Hughes, right corner, all alone to the basket, left it off the heel. I think Mackenzie Hughes was anticipating contact that didn't come. Faith Ross into the front court for the Bruins, and now to Jurek on the left side. Jurek a stop, kick out right corner, catch and shoot. Hennings for 3 over the backboard, and Gumber has the rebound for the Comets. 6:15 to play until halftime. Mayville State back up by 2 with the basketball. Zrust backdoor cut, falling away, finishing on the left side. Jordan Zrust with 9. The Comets will have to ride her this weekend. She has a great offensive mind, and with the absence of Danica Vogelai, Zrust will give you some athleticism inside that you might have to take advantage of. Inside, a drive by Jurek, a turn against Hughes, and they're going to wave the shot off. Mackenzie Hughes tried to get an arm in, and Hughes called for the foul, is lobbying, saying that she was pushed. We haven't seen a lot of pushes. In fact, I don't think we've seen one called yet tonight, and a lot of players have had those forearms extended. Ross out, Pankey out. We'll see the return of Malaya Turner, and I believe Martinez came back into the game as well. No, Aisha Scott stepped back into the game for Bellevue. Ball on the right side, Turner hard down the baseline, foul coming up. No, she stepped on the baseline is the call. No, she did not. The foul is on the floor against Sydney Magsom, who stepped in for Mayville State for her first minute at the guard spot. 5'4" senior out of Crookston, Minnesota. That'll be the second foul against Mayville State here in quarter number 2. Aisha Scott looking in, Ashton Arnold cutting to the baseline. Curls away in the lane, falls away against Gumber, missed the shot. Scott comes away with the offensive board, and again, the Bruins go to work. Scott driving in on Hughes, and we'll have a blocking foul coming up against Mackenzie Hughes that will frustrate Mayville State and Mackenzie Hughes. Hughes is second. Aisha Scott came in, left shoulder down, and Hughes is going to stay out there after picking up that second foul. They didn't get Decker to the table on time. They'll go right back after Hughes in the post. Scott trying to post her up, turn, double pivot, travel coming up against Scott. They got the matchup they were looking for. Scott wanted to post up Mackenzie Hughes. That was something that they had planned for in game prep. You could see that they went right to it when Aisha Scott came in and had a chance to post up Mackenzie Hughes, but Scott walks. On the previous possession, Hughes took the foul, and now the Comets get the basketball back out of the turnover, still leading by 4 at 20-16, and a travel out on the perimeter against Sydney Magsom that will send the ball back to Bellevue. Delaney Van Blaricone back into the matchup for the Bellevue Bruins. Every once in a while from the teams from the south down there in that I-29 corridor, Nebraska, Iowa, you see these sort of Dutch last names, long with a Van in them somewhere. See a lot of that from the teams in northwest Iowa, like Northwestern and Dort. Foul coming up here, and an illegal screen against Delaney Van Blaricone. That'll be her first. I think they refer to it as Pennsylvania Dutch. Second team foul against Bellevue in the second quarter. Comets with the basketball still leading by 4 at 20-16. Decker, crossover dribble, working back to the foul line. Steps in the lane, back out to the near side. A drive by Magsom. She's fronted out on the top of the key by Malaya Turner. Rust backdoor again. Double figures for Jordan's Rust. 7 in the quarter, and now 11 for the game. Jordan's Rust has given her team a 22-16 lead. Half of Mayville State's production from Jordan's Rust. A drive by Van Blaricone into the post, and a foul against Magsom, reaching across the body to try to hold the pass. Second team foul against Magsom. That's the fourth against Mayville State. So Bellevue will enjoy the penalty now for the remainder of the half, which will stretch 4 minutes and 43 seconds. Still a 6-point lead for the Comets. Inbounds play right side, Van Blaricone into Ashton Arnold on the post. Short pass on the right side. Back out to the circle, Malaya Turner calling out the play for the Bruins. Turner looking for a screen, working left to stop, back out. Hennings for 3 off the heel of the rim. Rebound stretches to the perimeter. Turner ran it down offensively. Aisha Scott back to work. Bellevue goes back to work with a basketball. Scott back out to the circle. Stepping up top of the key. She'll pull up just inside the three-point line and knocks down a long-range jump shot. Aisha Scott with a long 2. It cuts the Comet lead to 4. 22-18. 4:05 to play until halftime. Magsom, backcourt, getting away to C.J. Decker. Behind the back dribble into a double team. 10-second call as Bellevue's trap will force a turnover. Alexis Martinez set to come back into the game. We'll also see Laura Durick for Bellevue. And the Comets will tend in Taylor Dean for the first time, a 5'5" sophomore out of Stanley. And we'll see the return of Erin Walker at a guard position, along with Emma Pesa coming into a post spot for Mayville State. 22-18, Bellevue currently within 4 of Mayville State. Comets with the lead. Van Blaricone to the top of the key, finding Malaya Turner off to Scott right wing, into Martinez. Backdoor inside to Van Blaricone. She ends up turning it over, falling out of bounds to get to the glass. 3:42 until the break. Comets just trying to run this first half out and get out of this penalty situation and look for a bucket or two. Rust on the left side, looping back to C.J. Decker on top. Decker head fake, looking back out top of the key. Erin Walker. Now a crossover by Dean, Emma Pesa. Pesa backing her way in, got inside the lane, a big step, looking down low for Taylor Dean, too strong. That'll end up out of bounds and back to the Bruins. Bruins will play it up the floor. Again, this has been an incredibly lethargic offensive game, really, for both teams. Sitting at 40 points for the game. Played nearly 20 minutes, about 17 minutes of the game have been played thus far. And it's a defensive struggle and perhaps playing into Bellevue's hand just a little bit. Jurek looking inside. Martinez trying to post up. Pesa pulls up. It's high off the glass. Won't fall. Scott an offensive rebound again. A turn away from a held ball and a foul coming up as Scott went back to the basket. They're going to ticket Emma Pesa for her first, and that'll be the 5th against Mayville State. First half of today's matchup brought to you by Construction Engineers. At Construction Engineers, do something constructive is not just a catchy phrase, it is a motto they take to work with them every day. Construction Engineers, building for the future and supporting area athletes. First foul shot for Aisha Scott, empty. Second foul shot for Scott on the way is good, and the Comet lead has been reduced to 3. 22-19, 3:06 to play opening half. Mayville State the lead, Decker. Walker on the near side, court wide pass too strong and out of bounds. That trap again, forcing some problems from Mayville State, and this is uncharacteristic for the Comets. Yes, they do have some injury issues and depth issues in the post, but you wouldn't expect that would affect the guards who are in charge of breaking down that trap, and they're having some problems with it right now. Jurek, top of the key to Van Blericone. Lead pass into Martinez, back to Aisha Scott on the handoff, goes to the basket and scores. Aisha Scott with a physical play to the post to score 8th, and the Comet lead is reduced to 1. 22-21, 2.5 to play. Comets on top here in the opening half. We'll see a trap against Walker and a foul coming up. Scott or Van Blericone. And now Aaron Walker didn't like some contact that came up on the end of that play, and that got a little aggressive momentarily. An official stepped in to break it up. A couple of teammates pulled Aaron Walker out of there, and we'll see a couple of new Comets coming into the game. Taylor Dean out, CJ Decker out. Mackenzie Hughes will come back into the matchup. Kylie Harung will do so as well. Miranda Hennings returns for Bellevue. And Harung will inbound in front of the Bruin bench with 21 to shoot. Inbounds pass, Mackenzie Hughes driving left, gets to the foul line, kicks out. Pesa stares all day at a 3, but passes on it. Aaron Walker kicking out left side. Hughes crossover dribble, stepping in, working back to the top. Harung, shot clock 10 seconds. Zrust left side to the glass, finger roll. Jordan Zrust, 9 in the quarter, 13 the game. The lead back to 3 for the Comets at 24-21. Malaya Turner working off right side for Aisha Scott. Scott takes a look in, comes back to Martinez left wing, crossover on Pesa. Off the bump, the turn, the handoff. Jurek fall away, misses. Rebound through the hands of Zrust and out of bounds, and a foul against Laura Jurek. That's going to send the ball back to Mayville State. That will now be the 4th against the Bruins, which means that the penalty will be enjoyed for the Comets for the final 159. The penalty hasn't really affected Mayville State negatively since they got into it with a lot of time to go. They had reached their 15th foul in the quarter with nearly 5 minutes to play. Mackenzie Hughes into the front court for Pesa against the trap. Pesa driving right, stop, look, pounded by Martinez on the perimeter. Back to Harung on the right side. Harung will play it back top of the key. Crossover by Zrust, kick out to Pesa, moving left, spins away in the lane, had the ball knocked loose. Martinez, quick hands, knocked it away. Loose basketball, Aisha Scott. Bruins into the front court with 90 seconds to play, down 3. Scott to the glass, missing. Rebound Aaron Walker on the baseline for Mayville State. Kick out to Zrust, left side, too strong for Harung. Destined to go out of bounds, does, and Harung puts her shoulder into one of the doors here into the Louis Lee Fieldhouse, but apparently is okay. 1:23 left until halftime. I gotta tell you, after that hit, Harung's being immediately recruited by the Mayville State football team as a tackle. She took the door and just smashed it. That was a great lead block. Near side, Hennings head fake, curling right side. A kick to Martinez just inside the three-point line. That misses. Rebound Emma Pesa for Mayville State. She'll play it to Hughes, 1:05 left until halftime. Hughes, top of the key, crossover dribble, kick out. Harung in the left wing. She got an alley to the glass, and Kylie Harung will score. 5 points for Kylie Harung, shaking off the ill effects of that collision with the door. The lead back to 5 at 26-21. 50 seconds left until halftime. Ball on the right side of the floor with Aisha Scott. She'll hand it off to Hennings. Hennings flexing back to the right for the Bruins. A stop, a look in the corner, back to Martinez. Inside, Malaya Turner to the glass. There was a swipe at it by one of the Comets coming high, and that left the Comets down a player at 5-on-4. Easy take to the basket for Turner. Lead cut to 3, 26-23. Shot clock with 5.5 seconds of game clock differential. Top of the key, Harung for Mayville State. Backing your way in, left side of the paint. Now to the right, scoop layup, strings off the front of the rim. And the Bruins can play for one if they so choose. Malaya Turner will step up front, says one. The lead is 3 for the Comets with 10 seconds left until halftime. Between the rings, Aisha Scott, 5 seconds. Scott crossover, hard take into the lane, pulls up and scores off the glass. And that will be the end of the opening half. Aisha Scott's bucket will give her a double-figure day, 10 through halftime. Off the bench today for Aisha Scott. And at the end of the opening half, Mayville State with a one-time 8-point lead cut to 1, a score of 26-25 on the Hugo's Low scoreboard. Our halftime report will be presented by Applegren Construction, building homes around what truly matters. You can find them online at applegrenhomes.com, and we'll have it for you coming up next. This is Mayville State University Comet Basketball on the Franson Bank and Trust New Vision Truck Accessory Sports Network from Rock 95. Thank you. You take a look at the statistics sheet, and this was just kind of some wholesale ugliness all the way around. No really good way to describe it. Both teams struggling through some offensive woes, foul trouble, some out-of-rotation situations. And in the long run, when you've got numbers that are rather comparable, you'd expect a comparable result. And it's a comparable result through a half as Mayville State leads Bellevue by a score of 26-25. We welcome you to our halftime report from the Louis Lee Fieldhouse here at Mayville State University. Comet basketball tonight here in the Franson Bank and Trust New Vision Truck Accessory Sports Network. And our halftime report is brought to you by Applegren Construction, building homes around what truly matters. Find them online at applegrenhomes.com. It's going to be a hair-raisingly busy construction season. The maximum buying power that you've had with low interest rates is going to fluctuate throughout the course of the year as those interest rates fluctuate. Now is the time to get your order in, and if you want to just start the conversation, you need to do that by reaching out to Applegren Construction. Find them online at applegrenhomes.com. Ask them some questions about some of those things that you hear that aren't exactly true about new construction, like having to have 50% down payments and all the rest of it, the things that dissuade you from going to new construction. You can overcome that, and they can help you do that at Applegren Construction. They can show you how to take advantage of a project where you call the shots from start to finish, and when you move in, everything that you want is already there. No flooring to swap out, no cabinets that you want to redo, no lighting that you want to rehang. Even the appliances are what you're looking for. Applegren Construction. Find them at applegrenhomes.com. That's applegrenhomes.com. 26-25. Mayville State leading by 1 over Bellevue. The Comets opened up a 12-4 lead, and the first quarter was closed by a Bellevue 9-1 run that tied it up at 13 apiece, and then both teams sort of traded blows back and forth. The largest lead of the second quarter was 6 for Mayville State. Right now it's a 1-point edge, 26-25, and the reason for the lethargy, you look at the numbers, and they are just not what either coach wants to see from their team in the locker room right now. Mayville State shot 32% from the field on their home gym in the opening half, including 18.8% in the opening quarter. Bellevue was 29.4% for the half, so not a whole lot better in that first quarter, 27.8%. They weren't nearly as good in the second. In the long run, Mayville State just a shade better there. From the three-point line, Comets 2 of 8, and Bellevue currently 2 of 7. And from the foul line even, I mean, Mayville State didn't give up many chances from the foul line from Bellevue. They were 3 of 6 for the Bruins. The Comets didn't get a chance in the second quarter. They were 6 of 11 in the opening quarter and ended up at 54.5% for the half. But there are some numbers that stand out if you're a Comet fan and you're looking for some reasons as to why or what needs to work better in the second half. There's 2 things that jump off the page. Besides the three-point shooting, which you know is a staple. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. But second quarter, no foul shots. And I'm sure Dennis Hunter's talking with his team right now and suggesting that if the three's not there, you got to go to the basket, get some harm, find a way to get to the foul line. So that's an issue. No foul shots in the second quarter. The other, Bellevue comes down with 9 offensive rebounds in the opening half. They out-rebounded the Comets 25-24, but 9 offensive rebounds in a half is not something you want to give up. So those are 2 numbers from Mayville State that kind of jump off the page that obviously leave a Comet fan looking for some improvement in a couple of key areas. Individual numbers at the end of the opening half with Who Lit the Lamp, brought to you by Bergstrom Electric. Double figures for Aisha Scott off the bench for Bellevue. She has 10, no one else with more than 5. Ashton Arnold off the bench with 5. In fact, for Bellevue, they got just 6 points from their starters in the opening half, and they end up with 19 from their bench. Scott with 10 off the bench, Arnold with 5 off the bench, a bucket each from Alea Turnell and Delaney Van Blaricombe. The starters, Miranda Hennings with 3, Faith Ross 2, Alexis Martinez, their leading scorer, 1 in the opening half, and Martinez was 0 of 7 from the field in the first half. For Mayville State, Jordan's Rust with 13. You're going to need a lot of her going forward throughout the course of the weekend. No one else with more than 5. Kylie Rung had 5, kind of the hard way. Aaron Walker 3, CJ Decker 2, Emma Pace at 2, Mackenzie Hughes a single. 26-25 at the end of the opening half with Mayville State leading Bellevue by 1 here at halftime. Men's matchup is on the way next. We'll preview it as we continue here with our halftime report and get ready for what will be a busy night on our Hugo's Low scoreboard. For those of you in Grand Forks, obviously, you've got hockey coming up tonight, and that hockey matchup is going to be a good one over at East Grand Forks Civic Center Arena. As you will see in action tonight, the Roseau Rams and the East Grand Forks Green Wave. Sean Ford will have the broadcast for you coming up tonight. That'll be on our partner station, KNOX. Pre-game report on KNOX tonight, 13:10 a.m., 107.9, 103.3 FM will take place at around 7:10. The face-off at Civic Center Arena is scheduled for 7:30. 26-25 on the Hugo's Low scoreboard. Comets leading by 1 over the Bruins of Bellevue as we get ready for second half basketball. This is Comet Basketball on the Franson Bank and Trust New Vision Truck Accessory Sports Network from Rock 95. 2, 3, 4, 5. 10, 11, 12, 15. 23. Welcome back to halftime, brought to you by Applegren Construction. Building homes around what truly matters. You can find them online at applegrenhomes.com. 1 point lead for Mayville State over Bellevue, 26-25 at halftime. Our coverage continues, presented by our premier sports partners. They include Franson Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. Find them online, fransonbank.com. 2 locations in Greater Grand Forks to serve you. 17th Avenue South and South Washington and Grand Forks. Highway 220 North and East Grand Forks. Have a personal banking relationship with your hometown bank where you're treated like a customer and a neighbor. Break away from those chain banks and find out what you get with the personal service at Franson Bank and Trust. And New Vision Truck Accessories. They are your truck accessory supercenter in your cold weather accessory supercenter. They've got winter beat, and you can beat it with Auto Start from New Vision Truck Accessories. Have a nice warm ride to work, and that really takes a lot of cold minutes off of a long North Dakota or Minnesota winter. One push of a button, you're ready. You take your vehicle to New Vision Truck Accessories. They'll install, and they'll have it ready to go for you so that you're just that one push of a button away from a nice warm vehicle. They have splash guards and also industrial floor mats to keep your vehicle clean, and performance tires to make it move around. New Vision Truck Accessories, your truck accessory supercenter in Grand Forks. Standings as we get ready for men's basketball tonight. This is the first place team in town tonight. The Bellevue Bruins, 7-2 in the league, 15-9 overall. They come in a game ahead of Dakota State and Dickinson State. The Comets right now at 4-5 after dropping that matchup with Valley City State back on Saturday. They're in a tie for 5th. They're a game behind the top 4 in the league, and so Mayville State has some ground to make up, and getting a win over the #1 team in the conference tonight would be a big step in that direction. Not going to be easy. Bellevue brings in some high-octane players into tonight's matchup. They've got 3 men averaging over 11 a game. Vinny Belcaster, a freshman guard. Eric Pierce, a senior guard. And Paulo Ayaruo, who is a junior guard. They're going to be heavy from the perimeter tonight. These guys like to take a lot of shots, and like to get up and down the floor quickly, and they can hit shots potently as well. So this is going to be a guard-oriented team, but we saw Bellevue warming up. They're athletic, they're big, and then when you consider that their scoring comes from the perimeter, they're going to be a tough defensive matchup tonight. Should be a very physical and fun college men's basketball game coming up in the second half of our doubleheader this evening. We'll have it for you with a 7:30 tip-off projected. Between games, we'll announce the start time of our men's broadcast and get ready for pregame coverage in that one. 13 for Jordan's Rust, the lead the way for Mayville State in the opening half. The Comets leading 26-25. Mayville State with the basketball against the Bruin 2-3 zone. CJ Decker top of the key, working left side, now walking back towards the right. She'll give it away to Harung into the corner for Walker. Zrust is now in the post. She'll play it out, and it's thrown out of bounds. Zrust having to step in and perhaps play a little bit more of that 4 position. She's certainly used to playing that spot. She's a dynamic player that can go inside and outside, but again, for those of you just joining us, with the injury to Danica Vogelai, who's out with a back injury for Mayville State, Zrust having to play some minutes in a different role tonight than normal. Jurek trying to step inside for the Bruins. He gets called for a travel. Laura Jurek will pick up the call. Mayville State will get the basketball back. Bruins again in the front court. Their trap is going to relax, however. Their trap was effective at the end of the opening half, and now they're not utilizing it quite so much. CJ Decker walking off. Kylie Harung. Walker through her hands to Zrust out of the left corner. Back to the top of the key, a spin by Pesa. Comes back to Walker, looking underneath. A take of a dribble to the left side. Harung kicks it back to CJ Decker. Behind the back dribble, shot clock at 7. A stop, Decker in the left corner. Works in the lane, kicks out. Zrust left alone for 3. That's off the front of the rim. Rebound deflected out of bounds, and it's going back to Bellevue. Another cold start from the perimeter. The whiteboard is out tonight. This is going to be a fun night. The Mayville State crowd has the whiteboard out. When the whiteboard is out, that becomes problematic. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch that develop. We'll describe more of what that is coming up throughout the course of the night. A ball inside deflected out of bounds by the Comets, and it will stay Bruin basketball. When they've got the whiteboard out over there, they have the opportunity, the Comet fan section does, to write messages on the portable whiteboard and hold it up in the student section, and that leads to some very interesting exchanges between fan bases, players and fan bases. You gotta love the small college stuff, folks. Getting to the glass and scoring is Laura Jurek. A little post-up move inside for her first scoring. Lead swings to Bellevue. First time in the second half. 27-26. The Bruins with a 1-point lead. Walker on the left side, working back top of the key, driving right, kicking out. Jordan's Rust, looking to go to work with a dribble, stepping left side, got a screen to the glass, she'll finish. 15 for Jordan's Rust. She has had no problem finishing tonight. The rest of the Comets have had their issues. 28-27, it's a 1-point lead for Mayville State. Bruins in the front court. It'll be walked off by Taya Pankey to the right side. Head fake drawing a defender for Faith Ross. She works into the lane, spins on Rust, kicks back out. 3-second call against, I believe, Ross. It may have been Martinez. Both of them were in the paint for a while, but Ross was the player with the basketball and never really found her way. She got rid of it, but perhaps not in time. Comets to the front court with a 1-point lead after the turnover. Decker looking left side, able to find Rust. Back to Decker, top of the key, a jab step to the right. Works off to the near side of the floor. Walker running from left to right. Back to Rust. She'll take the dribble from right to left. Hard take to the rack, missing, but a foul. We'll put Jordan's Rust on the foul line. Taya Pankey has her first of the game. And they will say it's on the shot. So that'll put Jordan's Rust on the foul line from Mayville State. If you're Dennis Hutter, the head coach of the Comets, this is the more favorable matchup of the weekend, and so it's a struggle right now to watch your team have to expend a lot of energy and a lot of minutes as Rust knocks down her 16th. Knowing that you're understaffed and Dakota State comes to town tomorrow, it's been a lot of work tonight for Mayville State. That post, or actually perimeter defense for the Bruins, has been very good against where Mayville State is deep tonight. Second foul shot is good. It's 30-27. The lead is 3 for Mayville State after a pair of foul shots by Jordan's Rust from the foul line. A pull-up off the dribble. Taya Pankey has her first score. Lead trimmed to 1 at 30-29. Comets just one field goal through nearly 3 minutes of the second quarter of basketball. Decker, top of the key. working against a 2-3 zone. Working back towards the right, Walker comes out right side to take the basketball. Now Harung back to the near side for Zrust. Decker again. Decker back right side, Walker into the corner, Harung down the baseline, a kick out. Zrust left alone for 3, takes it and hits it. It's the Jordan Zrust show. She has 7 in the second half, third quarter for Mayville State. All of the Comets scoring coming from Jordan Zrust, 33-29. Comets by 4. In the lane, Jurek and a kick out. Taya Penke back to the left block. Martinez looking, driving right side, whistle. Got a foul on the floor. That will go against Emma Pesa, I believe, and it will be Pesa's second. Mackenzie Hughes will work her way back into the game for the Comets. Erin Walker will step off. There were a couple of substitutions coming to the table for Bellevue. Now they'll be withheld. Inbounds pass, Martinez off the bump from Pesa, finishes off the high glass. Alexis Martinez with her first field goal of the night. You're not going to keep their leading scorer away from the basket long. Comets lead by 2 after the bucket, 33-31. Zrust right side, Decker. Harung into the post for Pesa, high elbow. Pesa taking a look, squares up with Martinez. Stop, double pivot, looking back door, not there. It comes back out to the top of the key. 3-second call against Emma Pesa. It was a call that Bellevue was lobbying for, and after they took a 3-second call on our right, they're going to get one back on our left. Hennings out, Penke out for the Bruins. We'll see the return of Aisha Scott, who had a nice first half with 10 points, and Malaya Turner returns as well for Bellevue. Scott, top of the key, working left side off the dribble, stops on the foul line. A look against Decker, playing it back near side, through the hands of Ross, and thrown away. Jordan Zrust with the takeaway, backs in, left hand scoop off the glass. Jordan Zrust with a 9-point third quarter. Lead back to 4 at 35-31. Aisha Scott, front court for the Bellevue Bruins. A stop, back to Malaya Turner on the top of the key. Hughes comes out to get her. Ball comes back to the right side. Jura crossover dribble, working down to the right corner, knocked away by Zrust. She'll take it away. Chance for double figures for Jordan Zrust if she scores on the possession. In the quarter, that is. Decker, hard take to the rack, she'll score. CJ Decker with 4, timeout. Bellevue as the lead swings to 6 for the Comets. 30-second timeout for the Bruins. They trail 37-31. Comet basketball continues after the timeout from the Louis Lee Fieldhouse. This is Comet basketball on the Franson Bank and Trust New Vision Truck Accessory Sports Network from Rock 95. Timeout taken by the Bellevue Bruins as the Comet lead grows to 6. Couple of back-to-back turnovers for the Bruins that lead to buckets the other direction for Mayville State. Comets leading by 6, 37-31. Jordan Zrust of the big night so far. 22 with 9 coming here in the third quarter already. Still 5:16 to the third quarter to play. Martinez for Bellevue, swings top of the key, Malaya Turner, now Jurek off the top. Hennings back in the game for Bellevue off the stoppage, goes inside for Martinez. Hard take to the basket against Gumber, and Gumber will pick up her third foul. So here's where the Comets are at in the post with Danica Vogelai out of the game. And it's really thin. You've got Jordan Zrust basically playing your 4, which is okay. She plays that position, but it's a different 4 compared to when Danica Vogelai is in the game. Vogelai with the back injury, so she's out. Emma Pesa plays the 5, which is really probably a 4 as well. First foul shot for Alexis Martinez is good to give her 4. And then Brooke Gumber is your first post entry coming in off the bench. And Gumber already with 3 fouls, and she had 2 early. Second for Martinez is no good. Gumber skies high, pulls down the rebound. Comet lead remains 5, 37-32. Mackenzie Hughes into the front court with a lefty, working off towards the left side. Comes back to the right on a switch, looks to hand off, finds Zrust. Zrust driving in, left elbow, maybe carried the basketball. Sends it back to the right, and CJ Decker is going to be called for a travel. I'm not sure that Decker actually traveled, but it certainly looked like Zrust got away with a carry of the basketball, and that might be a bit of a makeup call coming in from across the way. Nonetheless, turnover, ball goes back to Bellevue. And Bellevue's within 5. Malaya Turner walks in front court for the Bruins. She comes off to the right side, finds Aisha Scott in the perimeter. Ashton Arnold back in the game. Will send it back to Malaya Turner. Into the post now. Scott posting up with Decker, and Zrust just took it away. Ripped it right out of her hands. Coast to coast for Zrust. To the glass, she'll score. Takeaway, breakaway for Zrust. She's got 11 of her 24 in the third quarter. The lead is 3 possessions for Mayville State, 39-32. The Euro step for Scott should be called for a travel. She doesn't like the call. She tried the Euro step every once in a while. The Euro step will draw extra attention. Back into the game will be Mayville State's Erin Walker, and the ball goes back to the Comets. A 3-point play would put them up double figures at a key moment here in the third quarter. Walker drifting left side, driving down to the baseline. One-handed carry and shot good. The lead is 9. Erin Walker just left alone to the baseline, scores to make it 41-32. Comets by 9 with under 4 to play in the third quarter. Ashton Arnold working back top of the key, kicks it out. Malaya Turner back into Arnold, high-low game. Arnold moving left, comes back right, fall away strong. Rebound loose inside, ripped away by Walker. Stumbles out with the basketball, will be called for a travel. Comet crowd's not going to like it. Thought there was some contact in there, but Walker was unable to contain the basketball. And the Mayville State crowd that's booing right now, they didn't have a chance to see the footwork. They were screened from it across the way. Those of us on this side of the floor that saw the footwork know that they got that one in the affirmative that time. Ashton Arnold, that's an offensive foul and will be called. Ashton Arnold second. That one they got right as well. That's a good call on the baseline. The coaching staff from Bellevue, Dave Denley, is up lobbying the call. He doesn't like it one bit, but those arms came out early, and that's one of those things that you're going to get control of as the game goes on. But nonetheless, Mayville State will get the basketball back on an offensive foul against Bellevue. The lead is 9, 41-32. Walker, top of the key for the Comets with a basketball. Mackenzie Hughes trying to drive, got caught by a double team. Zrust, spin move, stop in the lane, kick to Hughes, catch and shoot 3, trickles off the front of the rim. Rebound, Hennings underneath for Bellevue. The lead remains 9, 41-32. Hennings front court stops. Hughes knocks the basketball away, takes it away, and she's off to the races. Hughes to the glass, she'll score. Takeaway, breakaway for Mackenzie Hughes, who didn't give up after the missed 3. Timeout, Bellevue is the lead for Mayville State's 11. 43-32 Comets on the Hugo's low scoreboard. 3:02 left of the third. We'll take a timeout here at the Louis Lee Fieldhouse and come back. This is Comet Basketball on the Franson Bank and Trust New Vision Truck Accessory Sports Network from Rock 95. Timeout taken by Bellevue. Mackenzie Hughes, a takeaway, breakaway bucket for the Comets. Mackenzie struggled a little bit the last couple of weeks, but she stays with it defensively and shows you everything that she's made of. She forced that basket by herself. Comets have opened up an 11-point lead after Bellevue, with the first basket of the third, had taken a 1-point edge for themselves. It's now 43-32, Mayville State. Bruin basketball out of the timeout. Martinez in the right corner, cut inside. Hennings to the glass, left that one short. And the ball will end up out of bounds. They'll say last touch by Hughes. And this will stay Bellevue Bruins basketball. Bellevue will make a change. Taya Pinky comes back into the matchup. She'll replace Malaya Turner. And Hennings will be withdrawn, as we'll see Faith Ross re-enter for Bellevue. Inbounds pass to Ross on a curl out to the left corner. Hit by a double team, but found Martinez on a behind-the-back pass. Pinky a step back 3 against Decker and hits it. Taya Pinky, that was a heck of a fake to the right. that just drew C.J. Decker on a lunge, and then Pankey stepping left, pulls up off the dribble and hits it. That's a tough shot to hit. 43-35, lead trimmed to 8 for the Comets. Right side, taken up by Jordan's Rust. A stop, kick out left elbow. Decker driving hard down the baseline. A turn, hit by double team traffic. Kicks to Hughes, open 3 right corner. That one's off the heel of the rim. Pesa, big physical offensive rebound. Kicks back to Decker from 6. The follow-up's good. 6 points for C.J. Decker. Lead back to 10. 45-35 for the Comets. Taya Pankey, front court, working right side. Hands to Ashton Arnold. Arnold coming off the baseline, finds it, curls into the lane, pulls up from 14 on the runner, missed it. Pace of the rebound, she's got Hughes out in front, tries to target her, long pass. Hughes got it, looks for the reverse finish, missed it as the ball drew her underneath the basket. And the ball will go out of bounds, last touch by Mayville State, and go back to the Bruins. We'll see Delaney Van Blaricon back into the matchup for Bellevue. She'll replace Faith Ross in the matchup. And Ashton Arnold set to inbound. The Comets will not pressure. They'll go back into the backcourt to get ready. And here come the Bruins, trailing by 10 with 1:35 to go in the fourth quarter. 45-35. Taya Pankey to Arnold, and down to the right corner for Asha Ross. She had the nice first half, did Ross, but has not scored here in the second half. And now Martinez taking some contact. Going to pick up a foul from the Comets. It'll go against C.J. Decker and be her first. And we'll see Kayla Rockel come in for the first time to replace Decker with 1:27 to go here in the third. Inbounds pass Martinez. Asha Ross stepping back towards the left. Back out on top. Van Blaricon for 3 is strong off the glass. Rebound on the baseline to Jordan's Rust. And Mayville State works back up front. They can take their biggest lead of the night, currently 10. They've led by 11. Head fake by Hughes to draw a defender in Arnold. Works back right, kicks out to Rust. She'll drive away in the lane with a left hand. Hard take to the basket, floats in over the front. What a quarter for Jordan's Rust. That is her 5th field goal. She has 13 points in the quarter. Euro step Martinez, offensive foul. Off the Euro step, Alexis Martinez commits her second foul. She tried to go to that left big Euro step and ends up running over a Comet in the process. 47-35, the Comet lead is 12 on a huge third quarter by Jordan's Rust, and she has the basketball again. Rockel, top of the key, looking off for Aaron Walker. She'll curl in the lane. Got down to the baseline, turn, fall away from 6, trickles off the front. Rebound underneath to Ashton Arnold for Bellevue. There's about an 11-second differential. That won't matter. Rockel, a takeaway out of a trap. 2-on-1, 2's Rust, off the glass, counting. Jordan's Rust with her 6th field goal. 15 of her 28 have come here in the third. The Comet lead is 14 with 20 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Scott into the front court for Bellevue. She'll take a look left, looking for the screen is Rockel. A drive, Scott ends up leaving it short after Rockel jumped the screen. Comets come up with a loose basketball on the rebound. 2-on-1, Hughes, whistle, double dribble. Going to get Mackenzie Hughes for a double dribble with 1.3 seconds left to go in the third. Hughes doesn't like the call. Inbounds pass will come in from Arnold. Arnold waiting for the basketball. Comes out near side for Scott. Baseball throw at the horn, no good. What a quarter by Jordan's Rust. 6 field goals for the Comets. She scores 15 of her 28 in the third, and the Comets lead by 14 after 3. 49-35 on the Hugo's Low scoreboard. A 14-point lead for Mayville State over Bellevue. We go to the fourth quarter coming up next. This is Comet Basketball, the Franson Bank and Trust New Vision Truck Accessory Sports Network from Rock 95. Thank you. Mayville State takes a 14-point lead at the end of 3 on the Hugo's Low scoreboard, 49-35. Quick analysis on the numbers brought to you by RBB Electric. On call, on time, online, rbbelectric.com. When shooting percentage is your problem, what do? Shoot 67% in the third quarter. The Comets were 10 of 15 from the field in that third quarter, and that allows them to take a 14-point lead. A turnaround by Taya Penke to start the fourth, left strong. Rebound Mackenzie Hughes. Comets in the front court looking to take a big lead now. They lead by 14, can go up by 15 plus on the possession. Rockel curling right side for Mayville State, coming back left wings, Rust into the corner. Aaron Walker for 3. That comes up short again. Rebound out to the perimeter. Pace, I believe, got it last. Nope. They're going to say Martinez did. And this is going to be Mayville State basketball. 32 seconds into the fourth quarter. Comets again trying to keep pace. They need a win to give themselves a chance at Dakota State coming up tomorrow afternoon to try to tie the first place Trojans in the North Star. Ball right side of the floor. Aaron Walker off the inbounds play for Mayville State. Shot clock resets to 20. Hughes on the right elbow. Head fake into the lane. Kicking left side. Emma Pesa, step back. Back to Hughes. Left corner, three-point shot on the way. That again, no good. Boy, tough night for Mackenzie Hughes from the field. She'll keep taking the threes. That's her shot, but she hasn't been able to find the roll yet this evening. Ball on the right side. Faith Ross for the Bruins. Steps in the lane, pulls up from the elbow. That may have been partially altered, left it strong. And Aaron Walker comes up with a rebound for the Comets. Lead up the floor, Jordan's Rust. Kicking right corner, Rockel for 3. That also no good. And a rebound comes out strong. We'll have a foul on the floor. And I believe they're going to get Martinez. No, they're going to get Taya Penke on a foul, holding up Emma Pesa for the rebound, and Penke will have her second personal foul. C.J. Decker comes in for Kayla Rockel for the Comets. Mayville State will keep the basketball after the foul with 8:49 left of the fourth quarter. Decker set to play it in. Decker looks, ball comes out to Emma Pesa on the right elbow. She'll kick left corner. Hughes head fake, draws the defender, drives into the baseline, sends it out. Rust for 3, that's off the front. And a rebound over the top inside for Jurek and the Bruins. Laura Jurek will bring it into the front court for Bellevue. They trail by 14. Post entry, Martinez posting up inside. That dangles and won't fall. Offensive board, Hennings with a stick back for the Bruins. 5 points off the rebound put back by Miranda Hennings. And a timeout's going to be taken, I believe, by Mayville State with 8:23 left of the fourth, and the Comet lead cut to 12. 30-second timeout for the Comets. 49-37 is your score on the Hugo's Low scoreboard. This is Comet basketball on the Franson Bank and Trust New Vision Truck Accessory Sports Network from Rock 95. .8:23 to play in the fourth quarter. Mayville State 25% from the three-point arc, which is something that's really going to bother them. 3 of 12 from beyond starting the fourth quarter, and I believe they missed 3 here in the fourth quarter as well, which I don't have the running numbers, but we make them 3 of 15. And that's 20% from beyond the arc, and that's just not them, particularly in their home gym. They lead by 12, though, 49-37. A foul against Taya Penke pressuring the basketball out of the timeout taken by Mayville State. Ball on the top of the key, C.J. Decker, Mackenzie Hughes, and a bounce pass to Kylie Harung. Into Decker, right elbow on the high post, she'll step away. 10 to shoot, Rust and a screen that's illegal against Decker, trying to screen off Taya Penke. Decker's second. Ball goes back to Bellevue on the turnover. 8:02 to play fourth quarter. Inbounds play comes in backcourt. Taya Penke for the Bruins. Sends it up right side. Martinez off between the rings for Laura Jurek. Back to Penke. A stop off a screen. Hennings gets open, steps back, flies for 3, fills but won't fall. Rebound deflected to the perimeter. Ends up out of bounds. It'll go back to Mayville State. C.J. Decker will step beyond the near sideline to play it in for the Comets. Pair of players in the backcourt from Mayville State. It's Hughes on the back end that will take the basketball. Hughes crossover dribble, working left side. Hands off to C.J. Decker, stepping up top of the key. Bounce pass to the right. Harung into the post for Rust. Pulls up, squares away from 6 and missed it. Rebound out of bounds. And they're going to say that Hennings touched it up last. Hennings with a startled look at the official on the baseline, believing the ball should go the other way. Taya Pinky will step off the floor, and we'll see the reemergence of Malaya Turner for the Bruins. Decker to inbound for Mayville State. Out top of the key, Hughes, wide open, hesitates, draws the defender, tries to kick out. Travel coming up against Hughes. And McKenzie, that's probably a chance to take the three-point shot, but right now, Hughes thinking her shot's not falling, trying to get her teammates involved, played it back to the perimeter. Ball goes back to Bellevue, 49-37. Bruins in the front court, 7:25 to play here in the fourth quarter. Hennings leaving it off to Faith Ross. Left side, Malaya Turner. Jurek off a screen will take it. Defended by Decker as she backs her way in. Kicked it out, threw it away. Basketball taken by Jordan's Rust. And Rust will bring it back in the front court for Mayville State. Another turnover forced by the Comet defense. Pesa, ball fake to the corner for Harung. Decker off a screen will take it. Looks left corner, founds Rust. Spin move down the lane to the glass, and it banks in. 30-9 for Jordan's Rust. Little spin move to her left hand. She makes the lead 14 again for the Comets at 51-37. Bruins into the front court. Turner stepping left to stop. Kick out. Faith Jurek head fake draws a defender from the foul line on the running jumper. Missed, knocked out of bounds. It's going back to the Comets. Last touched up by Martinez in the block. Martinez is an interesting story tonight. Alexis Martinez, their leading scorer. She has 1 field goal tonight. She's 2 of 4 from the foul line, 4 total. And the Bruins just haven't been able to find her. When they have, it's been tough to finish inside tonight for Alexis Martinez. 51-37, Comets by 14 into the front court. Rust on a head fake taking from Hughes. Stop on the elbow to Decker on the top of the key, working left. Decker crossover knee high, back to Hughes on the top. Hughes a step to her left, carried the basketball on her way on a spin move back to the right, and she knows it. She turns around, flips the basketball behind her. That'll go back to the Bruins. 6:20 to play fourth quarter. Again, the men's matchup is next. Bellevue comes in first place in the North Star tonight. Mayville State, after a slip up against the Vikings at home last weekend, looking to regain some momentum and try to chase down the #1 team in the league. Martinez against the double team. Fall away short off the left side of the rim. Pace of the rebound. Takes a look up the floor, finds Rust. She's down numbers as she works up front. Steps out left side to widen with a dribble and sends it back to C.J. Decker. Harung on the right side, stepping right baseline. A stop, a look, a kick out. Rust left side now for Hughes. Into Pesa. Pesa head fake, back right side. Harung, head fake to draw the defender. Drives into the baseline. Muscles up a shot, draws a late whistle. And that'll put Kylie Harung on the foul line. Foul will go against Faith Ross, her third for Bellevue. Bellevue will make a change, Ashton Arnold. Back into the matchup to replace Faith Ross, who will come out of the game for the Bruins. Chance to take the lead to its biggest level yet. Harung's foul shot rolls in. 15-point edge for the Comets as Kylie Harung hits her 6th. 52-37. Comets by 15, slowly, steadily trying to pull away. Second foul shot, good again for Harung. That gives her 7. And we'll see a couple of players for Bellevue, one re-emerging, one emerging for the first time. The new player is Kazia Terrell, a 5'9" freshman from Morrow, Georgia. And the return of Delaney Van Blaricon. Pesa will get a break now for the Comets, and this will be a small lineup for Mayville State as they'll play with 3 guards. They return Aaron Walker, C.J. Decker, and Mackenzie Hughes on the floor. So Rust right now, probably the true post, and she knocked one away. Intended for Arnold. Rust coast to coast for 32. Jordan's Rust with 32, trying to put an early stamp on Player of the Week honors for the upcoming week. 55-37, Comets by 18, pulling away at the halfway point of the fourth quarter. Van Blaricon, crossover, got inside on Hughes and scores. Delaney Van Blaricon with 4. 55-39, quick answer for the Bruins. Decker trapped in the backcourt against a double team. It'll be dribbled across by Aaron Walker. They had, Kylie Harung loose behind the defense, but the double team kept Decker from getting the ball to her. Harung left side, Mackenzie Hughes. Curling back on top, working right side. Rust with a head fake. That'll bring out Arnold on the perimeter. Now Rust back to the basket, hard in, 34. 6 in the quarter. 21 after halftime, 34 for the game for Jordan's Rust. Back up the floor, Asia Scott hesitates, tries a jump shot, took a foul, and Asia Scott will go to the foul line for the Bellevue Bruins. Foul against CJ Decker is her third. 4:39 left in the fourth quarter. And Asia Scott to the line. She scored 10 in the opening half off the bench and hasn't scored since. Will score now, that'll be 11. Knocking down the first effort from the foul line. Lead is 17, 57-40. Not a huge crowd here tonight, but we've got a ruckus one in that student section all camoed up tonight for Mayville State. The second foul shot will be waved off. There is apparently a lane violation against Bellevue that will negate the opportunity and give the ball back to the Comets. 4:39 left in the fourth quarter, 57-40. Mayville State with a big second half, leading by 17. Mackenzie Hughes into a 2-on-1 at the floor, takes it herself, misses off the glass. Man, is Mackenzie Hughes snake bit. She's been all around one, and I'll tell you what, if that young lady gets frustrated, she would be right now. She's been there, and it's rimmed off, it's hit short, it's hit long. She's done everything she can to try to get a bucket, and that basket has just been cursed for her tonight. Amina Hall, 5'10 freshman out of Denton, Texas, back in the game for the Bruins as they begin going a little further down their bench and playing some different personnel here. Right side, Aaron Walker getting a screen, kicking out to Rust, working away to the foul line, back to the basket, back out to Walker. Head fake, top of the key, Mackenzie Hughes, now Decker. Crossover dribble into the lane, a kick out left side, Harung for three, good. Kylie Harung steps out and hits the second three-point shot of the half and tries to improve a woeful three-point shooting percentage for the Comets for the game, and that'll spring the lead to 20 for Mayville State as they call for timeout. 60-40, Comets with a 20-point lead here at the Louis Lee. We have a timeout. We're back with more as we continue with Comet basketball, the Franson Bank and Trust. New Vision, Truck Accessory Sports Network from Rock 95. Timeout taken by Mayville State after a three-point shot for Kylie Harung that turns it into a 20-point lead. 60-40 on the Hugo's Low scoreboard. Bellevue into the front court with a basketball. Ashton Arnold working right side. Amina Hall takes the basketball, looks into the corner. Malaya Turner. Now they look down low. A turn by Terrell in the post. Missed, got her own miss. Back to the basket with the left hand. And Turner comes up big early. Terrell comes up early. That's her first two. And we haven't seen a lot of minutes tonight out of Kazia Terrell, but she looked good on that post-up opportunity for Bellevue. Lead cut to 18, 60-42. Harung right side's Rust. Baseline moves. Rust to the glass, missing, blocking foul. They're going to put Jordan's Rust on the foul line. And this draws an intense lobbying effort from most of the Bellevue bench and from head coach Dave Denley. And Rust is going to get a chance for the line as they're going to call a blocking foul on Kazia Terrell. Ashton Arnold will step off the floor. Another new player, Jillian Friedman, 6'3 freshman out of Carmichael, California, enters for her first minute. Rust first foul shot, well short. It's the only thing that Rust has missed in the second half is that foul shot. And she's 4 of 5 from the foul line even after that miss. 34 for Jordan's Rust. 21 have come after halftime. Second for Rust is on the way, good. 35 for Jordan's Rust, 61-42, 19-point lead for Mayville State, 3.5 to play in the second half. This was a 1-point game at halftime, and Bellevue hit the first bucket of the second half to take their one and only lead here in the ball game. But it was a very different game a half of basketball to go. Friedman, the turn on Pesa inside. Little double pivot for Jillian Friedman. She finds position inside and scores. And the Comet lead is cut to 17. Zrust up front, 61-44, Mayville State. 3:05 left on our Hugo's Low scoreboard. Zrust on the right side, reversal to Pesa. Decker in the corner, working back to the right, a kick out whistle. And we've got contact in the lane. That'll be a foul against Jillian Friedman. That's going to be the 5th on the Bruins of the 4th quarter. So the penalty now for the Comets as C.J. Decker will go to the foul line. Decker 0 of 2 from the stripe so far this evening. Decker leans into her opening foul shot. That one rattles and will not fall. Mayville State tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock against Dakota State. And right now it looks like the Comets will be still within that game of Dakota State for the league lead. As Dakota State came in 8-1, the Comets 7-2 in the league tonight. Second foul shot for C.J. Decker is good. She's got 7. The lead is 18. 62-44, under 3 to play. Malaya Turner working to the right side. And Kazia Terrell comes out to take the basketball and threw it away. Mackenzie Hughes with the knockaway. Mackenzie Hughes coast to coast, shot block from behind. Walker follows it and finishes. Aaron Walker with 7. Lead back to 20 at 64-44. Bruins back up front. Malia Turner in the front court, looking left side. Ball is thrown behind Van Blaricon, who's returned for, or Van Blaricone rather, who's returned for the Bruins. Top of the key, Turner, catch and shoot 3 off the heel of the rim. Pesa trying to block out against Friedman. Friedman ends up knocking the ball out of bounds from behind to Pesa. It'll go back to Mayville State. 2:23 left in it. And the inbounds pass to Zrust for the Comets out in the middle of the floor. Zrust widening out towards the right side. Tries to take the dribble against Terrell on the perimeter, reverses to Decker. Pesa into the left corner. A 3 by Walker on the way, that won't fall. And Terrell, the weak side rebound, hemmed up a little bit by C.J. Decker in the backcourt, but Terrell able to reestablish a dribble after a dish off to Amina Hall. And you're seeing 5 bench players on the floor, so the Bruins right now, this is an interesting look when you're on the college level of a travel coming up against Terrell, but really pretty solid game management here for Dave Denley, the head coach of the Bruins. When you see that the game is a little out of reach, you work bench players, you get them some valuable minutes, you get a little extra rest for your starters as the ball's kind of thrown up for nowhere by the Comets on the inbounds pass. Gumber takes it, but this is a good chance for the Bruins secondary to kind of step in, give you something that you can take a look at and see what's available there. And at the same time, your key players get some rest. You've got 2 games in back-to-back days, which is always a tough stretch. The road trips in this league are never easy. And so really pretty solid game management here for the Bruins to try to reserve a little energy for tomorrow. The Comets trying to do a little bit of that down the stretch here as well. A couple of new guards stepping in, although we've seen them, Megsom and Rockel, but they'll flex their bench a bit as well. Decker trying to go hard to the glass, has a shot blocked by Friedman. Terrell comes up with a takeaway for the Bruins. And we'll see Bellevue back in the front court with 1:15 left in the 4th quarter. Terrell looking for a screen. Friedman sets it. Terrell drives left, sends it back top of the key. Malaya Turner into the post. Curls it back out to the top of the key. Amina Hall looking to Friedman in the right block. Friedman drives on Gumber, and Gumber's going to pick up a 4th foul. Gumber, the junior out of Craig, Colorado, 6'2", picks up her 4th foul. A couple of changes now for the Comets as well. We'll see Brianna Hutter for the first time, 5'6" sophomore, hometown gal from Mayville. Taylor Dean re-enters the matchup. Zrust will leave, and what a hand for Jordan Zrust tonight, huh? 35 for Jordan Zrust this evening. 22 came after halftime. And the officials looking for a towel as we've got a little bit of moisture, you could say, out on the floor. I know there's sometimes a little bit of an aversion there. I'm not really sure what to call it, right? I mean, condensation, moisture. Nonetheless, somebody hit the floor and it got a little slippery. So they'll come over to the bench and mop that up. Men's basketball coming up next. Going to be a good one. Mayville State 4-5 in the league after a little bit of a trip up at the hands of Valley City State last weekend. Bellevue 7-2 in the conference, 15-9 overall, and obviously a team that in first place looking to maintain their role on the road. Friedman's first foul shot for the Bruin women empty. Lead remains 20 for the Comets at 64-44. 1:02 remaining in the game. Friedman's second, good. That'll give her 3. Taylor Dean will inbound. And the Comets with a 64-45 lead, looking to run out the clock in this one. Rockel front court, handing off towards the right side. Taylor Dean looking left edge. Magsom drives to the foul line. Back out on top. Hutter corralling a dribble. Rockel right side. Shot clock approaching 10 seconds. Dean a ball fake. Gumber posting up hard inside against Friedman. Ball knocked loose, ends up out of bounds. Touched last by Rockel. Bruins will get it back with 38.9 seconds to play. But this one is going to go to Mayville State. And the Comets will stay within a game of the Dakota State University Trojans, who head in tomorrow. Mayville State 8-2 in the league, 16-5 now overall. And we'll see Bellevue drop to 4-6 in the league and 11-14 in the overall campaign. Post-game wrap-up coming up. We'll announce our start time for men's play. Malaya Turner, Friedman, baseline jumper from 10. Ends up no good. Rebound collision. Hutter had it. Whistle to foul. And the Comets will walk to the direction and shoot foul shots, as the foul will go against Delaney Van Blaricombe. 19.4 seconds left. Showdown for first place tomorrow. The Comet fan section coming out with their signs already. One says beast mode. This is going to be a fun night in the men's side of things. Foul shot for Hutter, rims in and out and won't fall. The foul line has not been a kind place for Mayville State tonight, although the second half percentage-wise they've done better, but not a tremendous amount of opportunities from the foul line in the second half either. Hutter, rotation of the basketball, number 2, spins awkwardly as it makes its way to the rack and ends up no good. Little sidewinding spin for Hutter out of the hands. 10 seconds left to go. Malaya Turner working right with a screen from Friedman. Out to Van Blaricombe, hard take in the lane. Offensive foul coming up as Van Blaricombe runs down Kayla Rockel. Third on Van Blaricombe. 6.6 seconds remaining. And the Comets will inbound one last time. Rockel, backcourt, will run out the clock on this one. 3, 2, 1, and the Comets have their first win of the weekend. Mayville State outlasts Bellevue, and the Comets stay within a game of Dakota State University, with the Trojans coming in tomorrow. Your final score on the Hugo's Low scoreboard from the Louis Lee Fieldhouse: Mayville State 64 and Bellevue 45. Our post-game numbers and a wrap-up on the way next. This is Comet Basketball on the Franson Bank and Trust New Vision Truck Accessory Sports Network from Rock 95.